What's going on, everybody? I've been broadcasting on Bigo now for 1 month, and I've been a host for approximately 2 weeks. And what have I learned about being a host, an official Bigo host on live or online? Basically, one interesting thing is that Bigo has over 500 million uploads around the world. So whenever I found that out, that like blew my mind. And you know, uh, so I don't know what else to compare it to, but that's a lot. There's a lot of people using Bigo. Snoop Dogg is on Bigo. I see him broadcasting on all the time on Bigo now. It's it's wild. I don't know how long he's been doing it. He might have been doing it for a while, but I've only been on Bigo for uh, 4 weeks now, and finally just the other day, like either yesterday or the day before, is the first time I ever saw Snoop Dogg. So that's the first time, So I was surprised to see Snoop Dogg on there using Bigo, and associating with people. Um, that was yeah, to see that I was just like, what? But let me see here. What else have I learned? Okay, basically, you want to, if you live in the United States, you want to broadcast during the daytime, and and the reason for that is, if you broadcast at night, you're gonna get a whole bunch of people tuning into you who live on the other side of the world. So you don't want to have all these people from the other side of the world tuning in, because primarily because if you are trying to be a big host and make money off of this app, their money isn't worth as much as ours is. Okay? So you've got to stay in the region, and you do that by broadcasting during the day. If you broadcast at night, you know, you're everybody's asleep over where you are. Most people are asleep where you are. So you're just gonna get a lot of people tuning into your broadcast on the other side of the world, and you don't want that, because, like I said, whenever they give you gifts, their gifts aren't worth nearly as much as ours are, and in some cases, it's like in the Philippines. If somebody from the Philippines gives you a gift, that gift is worth only about half as much as if someone were to gift you here in the United States. So you want to broadcast during the day when most people are awake. That's like one of the biggest things I have learned here on Bigo. I thought I was going to be able to just get on Bigo and broadcast at night, and broadcast at night primarily, and of course I'd broadcast a little bit here and there during the day, but no, it's got to be the other way around. You broadcast during the day primarily, and then if you broadcast at night, then that's a bonus. If you broadcast at night, then that's okay. But you have the greatest chance of making money, being successful, if you broadcast during the day on Bigo. What else have I learned? There are PKs that Bigo has, and that stands for public knockouts. Okay, public knockouts is probably the way that you make the most amount of money. Okay, it's like a boxing match. All right, people bet on the boxing match, and after the boxing match is over, you know, you could, people make money off of that. Off of if depending on who wins. Okay, so the person who wins, you know, um, whoever gets gifted the most wins the public knockout, the PK. Okay, and uh, and of course, if you get gifted, you keep the money that you have that's been gifted to you, and then the other person keeps the money that's been gifted to them. And so you want to go and do business with people. You want to network with people on the Bigo app and say, "Hey, I'm going to do this PK. Can you show up and drop me some gifts? If you drop me some gifts, I will come back to your PK and I'll drop you some gifts to help make sure that you win. You help make sure that I win by dropping gifts, and I'll help make sure that you win by dropping gifts, And if it comes down to it, if you need a major player and you really want to win, offer the person some money to show up, and drop you some gifts. Say, hey, look, I'll even give you money right in advance. You could cash app them. You could cash app the person and say, hey, I'll give you money through Cash App, and I'll give you $100 through Cash App, and if you show up and you make sure that I win, then you get $100, and I win all the beans and all the gifts, that you gifted me, and then I'll go and show up and at your PK and gift you a bunch and make sure that you win, and you just gotta will and deal, as far as the PKs go. I think that is where you make the most money. You don't make very much money just from broadcasting, and that's one thing that I see. There's a lot of people who are doing Bigo and they just really aren't trying very hard. Like me, I got a unique background. I got this keyboard here, and I play, and I know some ditties that I like to play. And I put on a performance whenever I'm doing my Bigo thing, and it's just not necessary, like, at all, as it turns out. Bigo wants people with talent and everything. That's sort of the cover, but I think the real money is made in the public knockouts. That's where people really make their money, and it's like I said, it's like a boxing match. People don't make the real money. The boxers don't make the real money off the match itself. They make the real money off of people who sponsor them and that sort of thing. And that's the same way that PKs are, So I think I'm going to cut it off there, and I'll come back and talk about more stuff as I learn more stuff. I will make new videos talking about what I've learned, what I learned from Bigo, as time passes. But I think that's enough for now. Okay, go check me out, DFWPARTYCAB on Bigo, and of course DFWPARTYCAB here on YouTube and everywhere, Facebook, DFWPARTYCAB, DFWPARTYCAB, everywhere. And I even have DFWPARTYCAB.com. I even have a website that does that, and I don't do much with it, but as time passes, I probably will. As I learn more, as I progress, I might go out and buy myself a computer. Right now, I'm primarily operating off of, Android devices, old cell phones that I've collected. And as I develop, even my background is gonna evolve, you know, and grow. You know, I'm going to grow everything. You know, nothing is going to stay the same. Eventually, you know, eventually things, you know, are going to change and get better, and or change and just be different. You know, not necessarily better, because like honestly, this background, you can't improve upon that. You really can't. I mean, like that is just, yeah, that's freaking awesome. So, anyways, uh, the only thing I could do is just make it a different background. You know, make it a background that, you know, is, you know, just design a different design. That's pretty much all you can do with that. You know, you can't. It doesn't get better than this. But anyways, you know, maybe another TV. What's better than one TV? Two TVs. You know, that might be cool. um, let me see here, and I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. That's just everything off the top of my head. Yeah, okay, and hopefully this helps, you know, people who are getting started, and I'm getting started also. So, you know, this is my flavor of my how to be successful on Bigo. I'll talk to y'all later.